Hi folks, welcome back to the shop. Today I want to talk about the top 5 tools I would definitely buy again. And number 1 on that list is the Milwaukee M12 impact driver. Now they call it M12 if you're not aware. You can see it right here referenced on the battery because it's a 12 volt tool. M18 of course would be the 18 volt version. Now this impact is their compact version. You can see the M12, I like it because you have these smaller batteries that can go into the handle. That makes the entire tool easier to pack out and have with you all the time. As you can see, it's well balanced. It can stand up on its own. I've put the boot on this tool. That's why it might look a little different to you. You can buy these boots online just as a protection. I added that on there when I got it. Of course, it's got an automatic collet on here. It's a regular hex fitting, and you can see it's quickly, you can pop in any hex bit or hex fitting and pull out on the collet, and out comes the bit. So very handy. You get your drill bits to make sure that they fit in there as well. It has several different settings. You can see here we have, right now it's on self-tapper, but if I push this button, we're on number 1, right? So the RPMs steadily go up as you go through. We have a number 2 setting, number 3, more power, more RPMs each time, and then back to self-tapper. The self-tapper is if you're like putting in a sheet metal screw and you don't want it to over torque. So a lot of control with this tool. That's what I really like about it. If you're not aware, like I said, this is the Surge version of the impact, which means it has hydraulic fluid here in the head where the impact hammer is at. So the tool runs much quieter once you go to impact on a screw or whatever application, and it's also much smoother. A lot of times this tool is impacting and I don't even realize it's impacting. So excellent tool, definitely would buy it again. Wouldn't be caught without this tool. The next on the list, number 2, would be the Knipex pliers wrench. And you can see I've got these protectors on there. That's one option. One other thing I like about it is you can get protectors for it to make it even easier on work. But that's really what's great about this tool is you have smooth jaws. They're not serrated jaws. You're not going to damage the work with this tool. I think most folks realize or understand that this is a replacement for an adjustable wrench. But really this goes a step further because it does have this cantilever feature that lets you really grip down on the work. And it's something that, of course, you can quickly open it and close it. But what I like about it is that you can, clamp down and use it like a portable vise, right? So I'll find myself a lot of times just trying to get a hold of something and get a good grip on it, and then come along and use whatever else I'm going to use, another pair of pliers or cutters or whatever. Excellent for opening dining room lights, for example, where you don't want to damage the finish and you need to open up the the light chain that you're hanging the light from. This tool, along with a round screwdriver, you can easily open and close those links. So great for chrome finishes as well, like in bathrooms and so on, where you don't want to damage the finish. This one specifically, as you can see on the handle, is the 250 millimeter version. The full number of the tool is the 8601 250. 250 again is 250 millimeters, or in standard, that's 10 inches. You can see that the opening can be between, the widest opening is 52 millimeters or 2 inches. So there's your 2-inch opening, fully open. So just excellent tool, to me, very unique, and that's why I would definitely buy it again. I think another tool that's also, a runner-up for me, just because the plier wrench is so unique, is the Cobra pliers. Again, also the 10-inch or 250 millimeter version. This tool is excellent. I find I'm using it all the time to pull out nails or staples, or it's really the first tool I'll get out to sort of remove something that's stuck. And of course, it's excellent at turning, because of the design of the jaws, to turn any kind of nut. But same push button feature. But I would put the pliers wrench ahead of it because the pliers wrench to me is such a unique tool. So number 3 on that list for me would be, top 5 tools would be the Milwaukee hybrid electrician's pliers. I like these pliers because they have this sort of duck bill here on the end of the plier, which makes it a lot like a pair of lineman's pliers. You can see here I have a pair of Klein lineman's pliers, and very similar head on these 2 pliers. So you get that functionality out of it. So really neat to have that, I think, on you for twisting wires, copper wire specifically in electrical boxes. You can see, of course, it's got a pair of strippers in it, and this side is for solid wire, this side is for stranded, and it's got a pair of cutters here that are excellent. You'll notice these cutters are curved. It's not just a straight cutter, and that's really helps because when you're cutting a wire, it sort of drives the wire to the center of the cutter. It doesn't push the wire out like most cutters. Keeps the wire in the center, and because both edges are curved, it acts like a knife when you're cutting Romex. and it just chops right through it. That combined with the long handle design just make it really easy to cut through Romex. The next stop on the tool here is, you can see there's a couple of holes here where these are threaded holes for cutting screws. So you can thread a screw in here, clamp down the pliers and cut a screw that's too long. So that's very handy as well. 2 different screw sizes. And here you even have a crimper in it. I'm not saying that's the best crimper in the world, but at least there's a crimper, on the tool that could serve you. So excellent tool. Really like this. Number 3 on the list. Let's see. The next tool we have, number 4, believe it or not, would be this KAIWEETS multimeter. And this one specifically is the ST120. Now, why would I use this? Why is it, number 4, why is it on the list? Because this tool, there's a lot of multimeters out there, and there's always someone that says, hey, I wouldn't want to run 600 volts through this and wouldn't bet my life on it. Well, most of us, most of the time, are just trying to get a quick voltage test on a battery or a quick voltage reading. And what I like about this is it's very portable, very lightweight. You can have it on you. It only takes 2 hands to operate it versus your traditional multimeter, which you have to, traditional multimeter like this would have, the meter itself has to be resting somewhere, and then you have to put on your probes or your clips. But this tool, you don't have to worry about that. It's also automatic. For example, I can do a quick continuity test, no problem on this tool. You can see right here, if I'll touch to this item here, look at that. Knows to go to continuity automatically. Just really nice that automatically detecting AC and DC voltage. Very handy tool to have. It's a great tool to have with you. I think it's excellent to just because of its portability, and it's got a nice display that's easy to read and low light settings. So that's the KAIWEETS multimeter. Again, specifically the ST120. All right, now number 5 on that list, and it might not exactly be a tool, would be this Olight Baton 3 flashlight. Now they've had this basic flashlight out for some years, different versions of it, but this is the Baton 3, and what I really like about it is, of course, if you look here, it even tells you it does up to 1200 lumens on turbo. Excellent light. It's got a magnetic base, which helps if you want to mount it somewhere and you're trying to shine the light in a certain direction. So you've got the magnetic mounting option, which also translates into how the charger works. You can just slap the charger on. Very convenient, especially if you buy a couple of Olights. They come with these battery chargers, so then you have a few of them with you. I've got this stand over here that you can just put this charger on the bottom of this stand and then pop your light on the top of it. So it's always there as sort of a mounted charger. But what I really have this light for, and the reason I would definitely get it again, is because it can replace a hat light. So just take your hat, pull this clip up, and you've clipped it on your hat. Now you have a hat light with the switch in the proper location, so you're not fumbling around looking for the switch. You reach up while you're wearing the hat. You can turn the light on easily. It's got a reversible clip that you can either clip this way with the lens down in your pocket, or you can have lens up, and clip it the other way here in your pocket. So just a nice portable light, a great flashlight in its own right, and because it doubles as a hat light, to me it's indispensable. One less thing you have to carry or worry about. So I'll have links to all these products in the description, and I ask that you please consider commenting, and subscribing. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.